So even though the pandemic seems to be over for now, maybe it might be too soon to claim given the things that are emerging currently, but it seems to have caused a permanent change to the shopping patterns of consumers, right? It also seems to have impacted suppliers, with some of them thriving, some going out of business, and so on. So, I mean, I'd be interested to know how do you use analytics, for example, to help answer questions such as which demographic is more likely to shop online, or which suppliers are at risk of shutting down, or another example is how do I get new consumers to how do I bring in new consumers to shop at either at a Kroger store or online, right? So how do you how does analytics help in solving some of these problems, Ryan?
Yeah, it's a great question. I've heard our CEOs say, that we have advanced, probably about 5 years of a roadmap and, just a short number of months, right, over the last 16, 17 months. It's been a time of dramatic change for us. But the one thing we haven't changed, and actually I think we're even more focused on it, is how do we create this incredible experience? When you look back at where did we come from an analytics perspective and how did it play into our response to the pandemic, right? We've been focused on analytics and customer data, and that customer usability for probably the last dozen to 15 years, really centered in on that. And so now, we've kind of started to shift and look from not just at your customers' buying patterns, but now we're starting to focus in on how do they engage with us. And it is, if you go back 2 years ago, that was predominantly how did they engage with us in our stores. And so afterwards, we're asking survey questions, we're gathering this data and munging through it. But now, we're building that instrumentation into our products, right? And so real time as we're rolling out and we're scrambling and running as fast as we can during the pandemic response, we're building out new features and capabilities to meet the customer where they want to be met. We're gathering that response back from them real time. It's informing our product leaders into, okay, what is the next thing we need to do? What is the next thing we need to do? Where should we dive in deeper to really drive an experience there that not just makes our customer, want to shop at Kroger, but especially during that time, you want people to understand, we care that they're comfortable shopping at Kroger. We want our associates to have the tools in place to know this is a great place to work, right? And so they can serve our customer in the absolute best way. So I would say, our use of data and analytics, while it's definitely increased, it has been an evolution that's been built on an incredible foundation. And we're seeing that flywheel just continue to accelerate. And it's so exciting right now.
It certainly is. Data can do wonders. And this is a nice segue to the next one. You mentioned about consumers' behavior. I wanted to ask you, right now in today's world, consumers are in better position nowadays, right? Around how to interact with businesses with all the tools and options that are available. Given that context, I'm assuming consumer analytics plays an important role for an organization of your size and scale, as well as the industries that you're in. Things like analyzing the behavioral aspects of consumers, measuring brand awareness of consumers, and using this knowledge to improve sales. What are your thoughts about consumer analytics, and how does Kroger approach this? Maybe is the Kroger Plus loyalty program tied to this in any shape or form? It'd be interesting to know how do you handle that?
Yeah, so customer analytics have been an absolute key part of Kroger and our engagement to our customers, for quite a long time. And if you look, we have a subsidiary named 8451 that, they really are kind of, the brains behind a lot of the data science that we bring to life in terms of customer engagement, making sure that we use the analytics, use that data and drive the analytics that is creating the best possible engagement to our customers. That comes to life every day as you go on to our mobile application, or maybe you go on to the banner website, or you're receiving what we call our best customer mailers in the mail. You'll notice that what you see is based upon what you like, right? We're not, if you like one type of brand of something and you consistently see that, we're not promoting something to you that's a different brand. right? We know what you want. We know what you like. We want to make that the most relevant to you and have that personal connection. And so customer analytics plays such a key role in that. And, as I mentioned before too, looking at how our customer analytics drive our product development as well. So as we build new technology, we want to make sure that that's going to hit home with not just our customers, but our associates as well.
Okay, cool. I mean, it makes perfect sense. We get coupons all the time, and they're very relevant to what we always shop, right? I mean, I don't, because, for example, I don't eat meat, so I never see a coupon for that, right? I always get coupons for the things that I buy. So yeah, it makes perfect sense.